So I wanted to take a moment to record a quick video in regards to a conversation that I am told that doesn't happen. Specifically, the notion that many people on the left now believe that even moderate Republicans are fascists and should therefore be treated just like fascists. We have here somebody's tweet, stop ending friendships over political differences. It's an immature and shitty thing to do to someone just because you disagree with them. Now, he makes an interesting point. I think you and your family should be deported. That's a pretty decent one. But my friend Tony here says, it's okay to find people despicable for supporting political groups and ideologies that are about devaluing you as a human. And I said, I think it's important, however, to also be rational in our assessments. Right now, people are saying even moderate Republicans are fascists, and even moderate Democrats are communists. Arguments can be made that either distinction would be a reason to suggest that human life can be devalued by that ideology. So I've been told repeatedly, nobody says that, and ironically, here comes somebody doing exactly what I've been saying they've been doing. Jason Nelson says, moderate Republicans do support fascists, which makes them no different, and Democrats should be communists, but they lack the integrity. Now, it's important to take into context these words, which makes them no different. When you consider the violent attitude about fascists, that's what the whole punch a Nazi thing is about. I've reported in other conversations, for example, that I had with people from Occupy Detroit about how fascists don't get the right to self-defense, they don't get the right to free speech, etc., etc. Now, he doesn't go that far, but this is one of the reasons why I say you have in one part of the conversation, well, all of these people are fascists, and then in another part of the conversation, you have what should happen to fascists. So I said, thank you for proving my point. And then I said, so does this mean moderate Republicans should be punched, like punch a Nazi? Or is that not severe enough? Maybe we should round them up and ship them to somewhere cold so they can die, which is a reference to Siberia. And then he says, Republicans should be excluded from power. The rest will handle itself. So I then said, how do you define the rest, and to what extent do you mean removed from power? Jason said, political power, local, state, and national. The rest meaning that their propensity for violence and their promotion of delusion and lies will become obsolete due to a lack of leadership. And I said, so what about the propensity for violence that the left is also quite capable of, delusion and lies that they are also quite capable of? Or do you feel this is an exclusively a right phenomenon? Jason says, capable, sure, but not interested. There is no leadership on the left promoting the use of violence as a solution to social problems. As a result, the left doesn't do things like try to overthrow democracy and replace it with a dictatorship. The promotion of violence from leadership is a uniquely right thing. Observe. It gives basically a picture of these two. This notion, a lot of it is kind of hyperbolic, but regardless. And I said, okay, observe. Here's an article. Antifa activists say violence is necessary. Observe. Don't criticize Black Lives Matter for provoking violence. If you look at my video, Insurrection, Hindsight is Always 2020, I give plenty of raw video evidence, including a Black Lives Matter leader suggesting that they should burn down the White House, the Congress, and the Senate. Antifa members throwing firebombs at human beings, etc., etc. And I said, Jason says, you don't think that there is a difference between poor people defending themselves against fascist police who are killing them, and the political leadership of the right wing promoting the use of violence to overthrow democracy based purely on delusion and lies? Then we'll have to agree to disagree. And then I said, I don't think actively attacking and destroying, looting businesses, including those owned by people of color, is defending themselves against fascist police who are killing them. Jason then says, I don't think that you and I have anything further to discuss. I then said, because I was typing this as he said that, Do you think inflicting millions of dollars in damages to people's property that has nothing to do with police shootings, assaulting and sometimes killing people who also had nothing to do with police shootings, etc., is an effective way to defend yourself from police who are killing you? Do you feel it is a proportionate reaction to something that literally kills less people than house fires, complications of childbirth, and drowning in swimming pools? He didn't really have anything else to say after that, but he pretty much just ran away from the conversation, and I said to him finally, I would say, when he said, in response to him saying we have nothing to discuss, I would say, you are probably right, as you are fairly obviously delusional, as you said people on the right are, spreading lies, as you said people on the right are, and advocating violence, as you said people on the right are. Thanks again for your contribution, as you literally proved my point distinctly. So once again, you can't trust these people with authority. One of the things I was saying back and forth with Tony was that the notion that every Republican or even a lot of Republicans support fascism is just ridiculous. I knew plenty of Republicans, for example, who said they would have voted for Bernie if he had been an option in 2016, but they just couldn't bring themselves to vote for Hillary. And there were also plenty who said the same thing this time, and way more even than that. A lot. In fact, every Republican I have spoken to, I would say, all of them, have said that they would have voted for Tulsi Gabbard if she had been offered as an option, even as opposed to Trump. So it's a broad generalization that's just silly, and it's largely brought up by the kind of absolutism thinking. I mean, when you think about what the guy said initially, which was that Democrats just don't have the integrity to become communists, kind of brings things full circle. So when you guys tell me that these people don't exist, well, here's an example. And from now on, I'm just going to make a record of it every single time one of these people says this to me, because I'm frequently told that these people don't exist. Thanks for listening.